a few of the usual, you have these also knee pads, which is great, because I do have a little bit of kneeling planned for us. And a little bit of this and this. And a little bit of balancing. Falling over is always fun. But mostly we'll be on 2 or 3 or even 4 points. But we'll do a one-legged posture as well, I think. Since I haven't been doing this here for 3 weeks now, I'm extra inspired and extra. I want to kind of put all of it in there, well-rounded. Hope you're feeling good, feeling good. Any particular part of the body that's aching? No. Or any part of the body that's aching to, get a good workout. Maybe the core, maybe legs. We were talking about legs before. Let's dive into it and see where we'll end up. Thank you for coming. And if you're seated comfortably, let's start there, as we do, in the beautiful sunset. And let's rest our hands, take a big long inhale. Gonna roll the shoulders up to the ears and then back and down, and just let it out, like a long deep exhale, and shake the head around a little bit. And then inhale again and imagine your spine erecting, like stacking vertebrae on top of each other, and there's a feeling of lightness and space in the chest. And then we can really sink the shoulders down and sit like this for a minute. The unusual weather situation can sometimes create a very interesting and beautiful sunset when there's a little bit of everything in the air. And sunset can be a very good way to get into the mindset of yoga. Like, we have something that we know is amazing, and we can't quite understand why it's so amazing with the logical part of the brain. But we just know that it's just like life. It's like a beautiful dance or a beautiful painting, perhaps. Something that is there, and we can experience it, and we can be a part of it, and it can connect us with the world, and makes us feel very, very alive. And for that reason, I think a sunset is a very nice symbol for everything that we have in yoga, where we have a strong foundation in the earth and a connection to the sky above and the horizon line, everything that's in between. Now we're sitting like this, and allow yourself to sit like breathe in, breathe out, and feel relaxation coming with each breath. Like you're letting a weight off your shoulders, breath by breath. You're just getting more and more into your space. And as we do that, we allow for the inner space. And we can kind of let it fill us up, breath by breath, during all of this time on the mat, when we get into the more warm, steady and strong practice. And eventually we'll find that feeling of lightness and relaxation in the end. So let's start here. We can, before we open our eyes up, just take the hands, the center of the heart, and place it there comfortably. Take a big long inhale and exhale. Give yourself a trusty companion. That's your breath. Will be with you all of the time on the mat. And then rub your palms together as you breathe in and out again. Long inhale, really long exhale. And with the hands slightly warmer, cup them over your face and let the light slowly back in. And if you're eyes are a little bit shocked from the light, we'll just like open them up slowly, and then let your hands come up really open up far to each side. Roll them up again and lift them up over your head like we're lifting up the sun. Take one step at a time. We can take a right first. Put it down. Left, holding it over your head. Push it down. Since we are going to work a little bit on the core, the sides, the shoulders today, and as well as the hip flexors and hips, we might start like this. Feel it, just a few breaths like this. And then inhale again and lift it all up. And drop down the other side. One hand pushing down, one hand lifting up, and the head lifting up. And we're sitting and feeling the side from the sit bone all the way up to the fingertips. Just a few breaths in and out. And the next inhale, we lift it up again, and then we can gently twist. Start with the right, and then drop it down. One hand goes below, behind, and then one hand steady on the knee. And with one or two more in and exhales, we just sit there, let the eyes drop back to the shoulder, and the chest opens up between the shoulders. And the next time you inhale, we lift it up again to the center and roll up and drop back the other way. One hand behind, one hand on the left. It's kind of like a little ritual. We just feel everything. I usually feel quite a lot in the beginning of a class, like a lot of discomfort maybe. But we allow that too. Invite it even. One more inhale, go back to center. See if we can release the feet. If we've been sitting like this, cross-legged for a long, long time. Shake the toes around, roll to the lumbar spine, and then keep the feet up in the air, bicycle them around. You can grab the hands on the thighs or on the ankles, just like stretch them out a little bit. And then let the feet drop down and your hands rest on the chins. You can slowly tuck the head in a little bit, gently roll up and down, slowly and easily. When we come all the way up like this, we can twist, we can turn, so the feet are behind us and the hands are crawling up in front of us. Stretch out one foot and then one leg and then the other. And then we're on all fours, steady as we can be. Four-legged creatures, hanging out. And if you guys have been yoging more than me, I think. So maybe you feel like, oh, I know exactly how my hips are doing and how my shoulders are doing. But if it's been a few days, then you might want to just like explore the outer edges a little bit, see where it's a little bit of stretchy discomfort, meeting a feeling of release if you rock from side to side. And then gently guide it back to the center line. Draw the navel in a little bit, look between the hands, and then imagine your spine, the whole length from tailbone all the way up to the head. And go with that length from the inhale, lifting everything up, and the exhale, kind of pushing down, tucking it in. And go with a few more breaths, like maybe 3 or 4. Cat and cow with the breath. And the breath is the pose, and the breath is carrying the pose. Gently. And your connection to the breath is conditioning the consciousness that is always kind of listening. And that way we don't injure ourselves. If we do one more inhale, we can just take the left leg and just push back the heel and then drop the heel down, and one hand can release on the same side and just open up a big long circle over the head. One foot can drop back a little bit for support, and see how much you can open it up. You can even press all the fingertips out, and then I was thinking about us kind of peaking a little bit in a bridge, or we build up for a half bridge and then full bridge pose. If you want to go into that, and let's see where we are. Stretch it out, one more inhale, and then drop it back down and tuck the knee back in. And see if we can roll out the right leg the same way. Push the heel back, drop it down, maybe drop the other foot back a little bit, and then One hand goes like a slow circle and eventually coming over your head, even though it feels like we're pulling a little bit too hard. Let's just go with it. Explore. Really push down the foot, really push the fingertips out, push the floor down with one hand. Breathe again in a long one. And then exhale, coming down, and the knee goes back. And then we can push both legs back. So we're in a plank position. And then just drop that into a downward facing dog. And let the head really get your center of attention now. Like really drop it down low, shake it out a little bit. Really press out palms and let your wrists and hands get your attention. And then go back to the shoulders. Really push them back. Get some space. And then all the way down to the hips. And then maybe rock from side to side, walk the legs a little bit from left to right. And then bend both legs, look forward, and then take a little step until your feet are in between your hands and we can release the hands. Long spine coming forward, opening up, and then dropping it down with hands around the elbows. We can bend the legs again, shake it out a little bit. Before we take the hands away, we just take one long inhale, stretch out the legs, and then drop the hands down, really like a sigh of relief. And then we can do a little curved spine, extend the legs again, and with a long inhale, stand up straight, and then the shoulders can roll up like this, arms go up on the next inhale. And the next exhale takes it back to the center, and we can take the feet back to the center, walk a little bit forward, and just as we did that, the sun came out. So beautiful. It's going to be an interesting sunset. So here we are. We're gonna vinyasa. We're gonna start slow, build it up. Some traditional poses like this, triangle pose, extended side angle pose, also forward folding poses. We have one block on either side is always nice to have, so we can grab them easily. We do some powerful poses and a little bit of standing on one leg, but nothing super serious. More about strength, control stability, and kind of feeling of freedom through mobility. Here we are. If the hands are placed like this, we can do, sometimes in, we were talking about different styles of yoga before, sometimes in Ashtanga yoga they do a little mantra standing up like this and then they blah 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 blah. But we can do our own. We can just do one for ourselves. We stand here. We can even close our eyes for a few breaths and just like feel the sun coming in, and feel your heart just there where the thumbs are meeting the sternum, and just like feel the light. And with that, if there's anything that you want to carry in your heart, that you want to strengthen and really get it to glow, like a clean, nice fire full of life, we can let that be our little mantra. And you can be that thing that you want to be. Maybe it's courage, maybe it's strength. And tell yourself that I am strength, I am courage, I am love. You can allow yourself to come back to that time and time again. And if you don't quite know what to talk about or what to think about for yourself, you can always come back to the feeling of, I'm here, I'm breathing, I'm in my body, I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. Let your attention go to different parts of your body and just feel a sensation of caring and loving kindness to that part of the body. Here we are. If you haven't closed your eyes, we can look again, and then we can take the hands with us and look up and really open up and bow down. And let's begin with the exhale. One sound salutation, super easy. First one, inhale, lengthen. Exhale and drop it down to the plank again, and we can lower the knees down, tuck the elbows in and feet flat. We can lift up a little baby cobra, check in with the lower back so we don't overstretch it in the beginning, and then put the feet down and downward facing dog. We're here again, breathing. And let's focus on this first few rounds to get into the rhythm of the breathing, get into the rhythm of the body, allow yourself to get warm and nice and get the flow going. Here we are, next inhale, slightly bended leg looking forward. And then stepping forward, exhale, all the way to the forward. side of the mat and inhale and lengthen again. And exhale and fold. And we're coming all the way up to the sun. Take it with us back to the heart. Let's keep going like this. Go relatively slow. Some Vinyasa teachers teach with really high pace. Go with your breath. That feels nice for you. Halfway lift and lengthen. And then place the hands down. Go either way, any way you like. Knees first. Baby cobra again. Upward facing dog if you feel like it. Downward facing dog. Stay another breath. With in and exhale. Body is coming into the muscle memory. A little bit autopilot. It's a good way to get into your own practice. Sometimes we don't know what to do when we're at home practicing yoga. We start like this, it will come to us. Looking forward on the inhale. Exhale and step forward. Both feet. Halfway lengthen again. Looking forward. Just like open up big eyes. And then back down. Folding. And then when we rise, standing up, looking up, straight up. And then back to the heart. Let's do a third one. Just to get into a nice rhythm just for you. If you want to go slightly faster, you can. We'll always meet up in the down dog first, then in the mountain pose. Halfway lift. Coming back if you feel like chaturanga is your thing. We can do it with the knees down first. Elbows tucked in. Level with shoulders and then push up. Looking up. And then downward facing dog. We're here. Spreading out fingers, spreading out. Shoulder blades a little bit. Good. Allow yourself to get the head down a little bit, release it, release the breath with that. Nice. Here we go. Halfway, looking forward, and then stepping to that point in between the hands. We go halfway, lift and lengthen it, and then we fold. Good. And we go all the way up, arms rising up, lifting up, inhale, and then back to the heart center. Very nice. You can stand with the hands in front of the chest again, heart center again, sun shining again. And see if we can just like sit down in a chair pose first and allow ourselves to listen to the knees. If the knees are sensitive, tuck the belly in a little bit, and then we can release like really big, like this. Sink them down a little bit. It doesn't have to be all the way to the pinky toes or anything, but as far as you can go, and then lift them up. And here we are. Turning on Ujjayi breathing, like a little bit of constriction in the breath. Really feel ourselves warming up the whole body, like the body wants to be warm like the sun. Another breath like this, in and out. And then we kind of pick it up again, lift it up, rise, fold from the hip all the way down. Maybe now you can touch your pinky toes, and then halfway lift and lengthen. And we go like this, to the plank, to a chaturanga. And we go down like this, and rise up, upward facing dog. Belly is a little bit tucked in. And then we go for the downward facing dog, but now we can do a leg lift. Start with the right, lift it up, step it forward. Here we are. Make sure you have control of the back foot. And once again, we can do the same thing. Arms are rising out, it drops down a little bit, and hang out, and then we rise. Arms go straight up. Nice. Here we are. And from there, let's go down. Step back. Do it all over again. Chaturanga. Pushing up. Yes. Belly is active as well. Downward facing dog. Other leg. Lift it up. Step it forward. Stand up. Feel the earth beneath you, the horizon, the sky above you. Arms wide, and then drop down. And then you go up. Super balanced. It should be no problem. And then we drop down, step back. 1/3 time we go down, we pick it up. Yeah. Downward facing dog. Long inhale and a long exhale. And the next time you inhale, you can just like look forward, bounce the legs a little bit, maybe gentle little jump forward or step. And then halfway lift, we lengthen. And then we exhale, fold. And we find our chair pose again, maybe a little bit deeper now. Because we're coming from below, like lifting it up to the chair pose. Sitting down into it and remembering the breath again, the Ujjayi breath. Noticing if you feel like all the weight is on your heels. Push it down to the front of the foot a little bit and look down. Can you see the top of your big toes? Should be able to see them a little bit. Here we are. Next time we inhale, we stretch up again, lift up. And then we bow down, we fold. Very nice. We lift a little halfway, lengthen again. We go back to a plank. If you want to do a chaturanga without putting the knees down first, you just drop down, hug the elbows in, level with the shoulders, and push up. Inhale, downward facing dog. And next inhale, we lift the right, we step it forward. We just stand like this, hang out, runner's lunge, grab a block if you want to, twist one leg, and twist one arm. Twist one arm, that's not a good way to say it. We just lift one arm up, push down the other, opposite side, lift up the head and breathe in. Nice. One more breath. Inhale. And the next exhale can take that down. And now we drop the back heel down, so it turned toes out. And we release that hand that was pushing down on the inside. We release that and open it up. A little peaceful warrior. You can drop down the leg and then look up the other. You know, take it like an umbrella over the head. Coming forward to extended side angle pose. I usually do an easy one first. We're dropping down just the forearm to the thigh and the other one just stretching up over the head again. Imagine there's a lot of width, there's a lot of space, there's a lot of glow in the chest. One more breath. Very nice. If we drop that down, see if we can find a runner's lunge again and pick it up to where we were before. And a high crescent lunge, like arms go up and we are, yes, very nice. Should be easy enough to just find the feeling of hands to the chest again. And bounce a little bit like we're standing up like this and let the feet meet. Should be no problem to do some warrior variations. Here we are, standing like this again. That was the right side I did. Dropping down, take the chair pose again. When you're ready, really deep, arms go up. Fiery breath. Very nice. Really slow and low. One more deep exhale and then inhale up. Exhale down. Halfway lift and lengthen. And step back. Plank becomes chaturanga, level elbows and shoulders, and then push up, upward facing dog. And then downward facing dog. Lift the left leg. Step it forward. Here we are. Runner's lunge. Grab a block if you need it. I have the opposite side pushing down, the left side lifting up. And then we are there in a few more breaths, just pushing one hand down and the other one lifting up, and the whole chest is active. And one more breath, looking up at the hand. And then kind of following that hand down, dropping the back heel down. So we find the position of the peaceful warrior like this. Yeah, something like that. Good. Dropping the hand down the leg, lifting up the other over the head. Big, long inhale. And then folding it forward to the extended side angle. I'm dropping the forearm down to my thigh and the other one stretching out. Slowly, we let it rise. We let it stretch up over the head. Fingertips really active. And breathing in and breathing out, pushing down the back foot into the mat, lifting the chest, Last one. Very nice. When you breathe out, we take it back down. Find the runner's lunge again, so we can reverse where we came from. Lift up, and the arms go up. Very nice. They go back to the chest. Find a feeling of stability, so we can push away. And then let the feet join together on the mat. Here we are. Very nice. No problem at all. Here we are. Going back to hands before the chest. Feeling of, okay, here's my connection to the body, and feeling of love. If it ever travels around to thinking about other stuff, gently guide it back through the centerness. Now, we're in a chair pose again, but then we let the hands stay like this together. And if you can't twist immediately, you can. You can also just open up the arms first. If you want to just sit down in a chair pose first, and drop the opposite side elbow down to the right side of the thigh. If that's like too much, you can always like grab around the waist, hold the hand on the calf muscle. But if you want to go, we're going for it here. Pushing down the hands and imagine that feeling of sternum wants to go the same level with the thumbs meet. Looking in between the fingertips. Here we are. One more breath. Very nice. And then drop down. One hand on either side. Push back the left foot, so we have the right foot still in front. Push it back. Here we are, runner's lunge, standing up again. Arms go up. Very nice. Now we can open up reversed warrior first. If you want to go straight for it, we can do like the twist. Same side, same way we're twisting. But this time we want to really open up. Arms stretching out, right hand go back and left go forward. Nice. Really extend the fingertips. Very nice. One more breath of openness. And then the right hand goes back to the left to do a high five with that. Take them to the heart. And then drop the back heel down like before. Now extending the front legs. In this kind of position where we can form a triangle pose. Extended triangle. We go easy. We feel the hips first. Not overextending the front leg, lean towards it, and then open up from the heart center. One hand go down, one hand lifting up. As soon as you start to feel like your hips are collapsing, or that your feet are start lifting on the, perhaps on the inside of the foot, first, push them down, raise the chest, open the arms up later. Very good. And now we'll be looking up at the hands, slowly, step by step for balance if you need to. One more breath. And then we can look down again, towards the down hand, and then bend that front leg, and drop back the hand behind, and let it wrap around, lifting up, peaceful warrior again. Going for the little more strength building extended side angle number 2, going forward, going for bind, so inside of the foot or onto a block. If you want to go for the bind straight under the leg, just hold it, let the hands meet or go towards each other. We don't have to hold this for very long. We just like maybe try and go for it. If you haven't done it before, you can just push down one hand, see if you can lift your chest up really high. Let's do another 2, nice. 1, good. Last one, lizard pose. Drop one hand down, letting the other come over the head. Follow, let the hands meet, and then turn the hip down. Lizard pose, we can drop the knee down, hang out with this foot flat if you want to. Put the cushioning under the knee if you need to. Last time I was here, we did a little bit of a king pigeon thingy where we were really going for that foot. We can always put that in a practice if you want to. Today we're going also for kind of like into the hip flexors as well, but a little bit more gently. Let's see if we can tuck the foot in again, lift up the knee, and then just push this foot back. So we can shake it around a little bit. And going for the 1/2 bridge variation, we're just dropping the foot down and see if you can just like roll into a little bit of a side plank. Go easy. Put the foot back in front if you need to. Just for another couple of breaths. Woo, last one. Inhale long. And then exhale, look down, let the hand come first, hip later, and the foot last. Here we are. We are in a plank position, we're going down. Chaturanga, tuck the elbows in, push it up to an upward facing dog. And a downward facing dog. Long sequence, but we'll do it again. Same, but left side. Looking forward now, inhaling. And then exhale, and step forward. We halfway lift, we lengthen. We fold down. Good. And then we come all the way up. Catch the sun. Beautiful light coming in. Put it to the heart. And here we are. If you want to do the same kind of twisting like we did before, we start like this, looking just straight forward. Sitting down into the chair pose first, feeling the Ujjayi breath, feeling the centeredness. Then we're going to lift the chest up and twist it. So now I'm taking my opposite side, elbow down to my left side thigh, and I just push it down and lift. As before, we can always like put a hand on the leg and a hand on the waistline, and then push the same way. Lift up. 3. Take another long in and exhale. And another one, last one. And then take both hands down. Leave the left foot in the front. Step the right foot back. So we're switching sides. Here we are. And then we're lifting it up. Arms go up. High crescent lunge. Very nice. Open up for reversed warrior. We can just open up like this. Same as a twisted chair, same way we're turning. Just a little bit more open. Yeah. Step by step, if you feel like this is a balancing posture, you can like step by step move your eyes back. And breathe. And breathe out. Step by step, gain control. Reversed warrior becomes triangle pose. Left hand meets the right, take it back to the heart. Drop back the heel on the back foot and then extend the front leg. This is a slow and gentle way to go into triangle pose where we can keep full control over the foot placement, the hips, and then kind of open it up again. Speaking of Hatha yoga, like the traditional way, usually with the knee slightly bent. Couple of breaths where we're really extending the triangle pose, lifting up the heart, slowly looking out. That's great. Breathing. Yeah, okay. One more breath in the triangle pose. And if we lift that up, and bend that front leg again. So we go for a peaceful warrior again with one hand kind of wrapped around the back, looking up at the front hand, lifting it up. Folding back gently into peaceful warrior. Going then on the next inhale, forward again for another extended side angle pose where we go slightly deeper if you want to. Put a block under the hand if you want to on the inside. Go really deep onto the mat if you want to. Go under the leg and try to grab. We're not going to stay super long, but we'll see if we can go for maybe 5 breaths here. Back. In and exhale. Very nice. And again, like 2 long in and exhale. Yep. Yeah. Last one. And let's drop the bottom hand down first. Lift up the other. Extend it over the head. Going for lizard pose. Both hands are on the inside of the foot, thumbs are meeting. We can drop down. Oh, I thought that was actually a phone ringing or something. Yes, it was the drum. Nice. Hang out a little bit deeper now in lizard pose if you want to. Allow your head to hang down a little bit. Very nice. Let's see if we can now turn this lizard pose into a little bit of a side plank or a beginning of a like half bridge pose. We can just like step this leg back, drop down to the heel, let it continue the motion into a flowy motion that goes into like a half bridge variation. If it's like too hard on the shoulders, you can put the foot back on the front and push it down gently. Another couple of breaths, just inhale long, exhale strong. Another one, just for you. And then drop down, looking down, hand coming down, knee down, and then turn the hip down, and the other leg follows. Here we are, forming my plank position again, and then dropping down, chaturanga. When you're ready, push up, nice. Yeah, exhale to downward facing dog. Hang out one breath and just like blow out some steam. But one more series of postures that get a little bit more oomph, and then we kind of even it out. Looking forward, inhale, and then stepping forward. Nice. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Let's find that position again. Arms go up, they rise up. They find the center, coming back to the heart. See how you feel. I think you're super relaxed. You look relaxed. So you can do nice next sequence. Okay, next sequence has on Warrior 3 and Goddess Pose and Warrior 1s. So we'll find also a side plank in this series. So here we are, like this, hands from the chest, neck. Last time we dropped into a twisted chair. This time we stand like this, standing now on one leg. Start with standing on my right leg, lifting the left like this. Just like straight up, looking straight forward, breathing, like you're just feeling the energy in the center line of the body. No big thing at all. See if we can extend the hands forward and grab maybe around the ankle or maybe around the foot. Just gonna see if we can push the foot forward. It doesn't have to be a straight leg or anything. Pushing front of the foot forward. We'll end up back in this position later. But we'll start here. And then let's see. Yeah, nice. Good. You got it. Yeah. Let's take another 3, 2, 1. Nice. Hold it on the knee. Then when you're ready, just push it back. Flying. First Warrior 3. It's going to be like super easy. Doesn't have to look good. Just stretching out the hands in front of you. Stretching out the leg in the back. Floating, trying to level the hips a little bit. Like some friendly person is holding the hands. Nice, feeling all the muscles working in your foot that you're standing on. And here we are. Take the hands back to the heart. Look at the foot so we keep it safe. And then just let it land there in it. Here we are. Very nice. The arms go out like this, really big, so we feel the shoulder blades working a little bit. Dropping down the hips a little bit again. Like this. We can even kind of look, get the chest a little bit more open, pushing the shoulders back a little bit. And then standing like this, feeling the energy of the Goddess Pose. Like this, we're gonna go into the Goddess Pose. And then we turn the back heels, so we can let the heels meet, and then really sit down into it. We can do it step by step if you want to, always. But we can just like, okay, I'm dropping into the Goddess Pose, really sinking down into it. Very nice. And then when you find a new horizon line to look at, drop down the hips, remember your Ujjayi breath again. And then kind of turn on the inside as well as the hamstring side of your legs, like dropping down, feel the pelvic floor. 1, 2, and 3. And then, as we're putting the hands down to the waist, we can like slide one heel back, the other heel follows, roll back the shoulders, and then halfway, fold, and then keep folding from the hips. Grab that block now if you want to. Very nice. Let's stay like this in a kind of erected position like this, up on the fingertips or just on straight arms. really extend the spine, and then fold a little bit deeper, maybe moving the elbows back, letting the head come down. Nice to be folding a little bit, starting to getting into the stretches a little bit. Let's see if we can now walk our way into the warrior one stance. Usually a good stance is like if you take the back foot, it's the furthest away from me, and move it forward until it's like 45 degrees, and the front foot, just twist it from the ball of the foot until it's right along the center line of the mat, and then crawl your hands forward. If you find that you can't put down the heel, then it's like too stretchy, then you can just move this foot back, back, back until you can put some weight on the heel, and then you stand up like this. Right up. Nice. A warrior one. Now check in with your front knee, so you can put that right above the heel. Yeah, that's nice. And then hips, like trying to get them level. Nice, because now we want to kind of reverse this and go back to where we started. Arms coming up. Can meet over the head. And imagine the same energy like you did a high crescent lunge with the chest opening up, like chest coming out through the shoulders. And then forward, like we're diving into the ocean. Push away from the back foot. And then back to the front again. Back to this. And we can open up the arms eventually. We're back in Warrior 3. It's beautiful. Now we can do it properly. Really stretch it out. Ah, very nice. Now, this foot that we've been standing on wants to be the foot that flies in the next side plank. Let's go down, standing split, or something like it. Hands coming down, the other hand, foot is flying, and then it lands. We can push down the hands so the foot is back, dropping down to the heel, and now we can walk our way into the side plank. So now I'm side planking with my left side. If you want to go for like a variation where you lift up the leg, or any funky variation where you hold the leg perhaps, or you're dropping down into one of those open half bridge variations again, you can. And then open up and 3 breaths more, like I'm going for the starfish or the star variation. 2, last one, good. And last one coming down, exhale, looking down, hand coming down. Nice, everybody. That was the right side with the left side plank. Let's go down. Chaturanga. Open up. An upward facing dog. And a downward facing dog. And take this time to really shake it out, blow out some steam. Good job, everybody. Doing fantastic. Let's see, from this dog we can take our right foot, lift it, take it forward, stand on it again, and then just like stand up, like just like where we dropped into it. Let's see if we can grab that foot again. Maybe now we can grab it a little bit better. Yeah, now I'm seeing, this is what I want to say. Here we are. Push it forward. Yeah. Very nice. Can we just gently release it now? Stand like this, just push it. Now we can really point the toes. Arms go up. And then down. So this one foot going down is going to be our base for the next sequence. Same sequence, other side. You can just grab around. Yeah. Let's see if the left is going to do the same. Yeah, good. Now we're on. I'm always confusing with left and right. Here we are. So drop this down. Start to go. This is the first one. Doesn't have to look good. just for getting into it. I can stand here and hold my foot. It's a big achievement, only that. To do that, here we are. Very nice. 3. Breathing 2, getting more and more comfortable. Last breath. And when we release it, we can grab the knee first just for control, and then kind of ease into the first warrior 3 on this side. We're just hanging out, enjoying it. It's like, oh, that's not so hard. I'm just floating in the air. Hands are forward, 1 foot backward, hanging out. 3. Harder on this side. Yeah, the foot is.
Foot, knee.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Last one, and then take the hands to the heart. Look down, so you have control over your back foot. Let it drop down. High crescent lunge again, like this position, like this. This is like a cheating warrior 1. I sometimes call it warrior 1. Arms go out like this. You can sink down, chest coming forward, shoulders really dropping down. If you feel okay, balance-wise, you can really look up and go like this. Turning on the shoulder blades a little bit. And then, our next breath or so, we go into goddess pose. The back foot is turning, and we find a new horizon line. We can go easily step by step if you want to. Here we are. When you're ready, when you're sinking down into goddess pose, we're really turning on the hamstrings, we're turning on inside of the thighs, and also the whole back, shoulder blades, belly, everything. Sinking down a little bit deeper, and then breathing 3 breaths. Feeling like we're glowing. Good. Last 2. Big one, last one. And then the hands can come down to the hips. We can slide left foot back, right foot back, doing the forward fold, but like step by step, easily. Halfway first from the hip, folding, and then looking down, folding down, letting hands come down. Onto blocks if you want to, with straight arms first. Really extend from your tailbone all the way up to the head. Fill it up with 1 long inhale and fold deeper with an exhale. And hang out in the forward fold. Enjoy it for a minute. Good job. Very good. Let's forward fold for another 4 breaths. A little bit deeper still. Just going into it. And then right about now, let's see if we can kind of walk ourselves into this a little bit unusual transition to walk from this into a warrior 1. Coming forward a little bit with the toes on the back foot, finding a center line on the front foot, and then the toes forward. And if that makes a too big stance, we can keep walking this foot backward, 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 until we can find a position where I'm like, okay, I can turn my hips forward now in this forward lunge, and then lift it up to the warrior 1. And check it in so you can like see if you feel okay, if you feel balancy enough to really push down the back heel and open up the chest like we did before, like really angling it up to the sky and start looking up. And then we stand there like, because now we're filling ourselves up to be able to fly again. Fly into warrior 3 back. You can take the hands together, really open up the shoulders. 3, 2, 1, like we're diving into the sea. We push away with the back foot, flying into warrior 3. Nice. And take your time here, like really allow yourself to be a little bit forward. You can Release the hands, the shoulder width apart, and then, yeah, focus on that foot that you're standing on. Very good. And now, yeah, got it. Nailing it. I see all the muscles working. Yeah, good. All right, 3, 2, let's see. Standing split sounds a bit dramatic, but we're kind of taking it down to either side of the foot, to each side of the foot like this, pushing down. Now this left foot has been your base the whole time. We want it to fly in the side plank. If you want to go for a little bit more advanced side plank. Dropping down the right foot, dropping down the heel, turning to the right side. I can grab the foot if I want to and just lift it, push it away. Or, yeah, I can just drop it down back behind like before, stack it on top, or put it in front. I like this stacked version today, so I'm just gonna go with that. And then lift up. Let's take another 3, 2, good everybody. 1, and then Vinyasa time. Coming back down, looking down, hand coming down. Here we are. Chaturanga, pushing down foot, upward facing dog. And a downward facing dog. Very nice. Still on the left side we are, so lift the left eye up. Step it forward. And see if we can reverse it like this. Flying, grabbing it. Getting down to the foot. Holding it, or hold around the ankles. Again. Pushing like this. This is not easy, but now we're doing it for the second time. And really holding it and see if we can stay for 5 comfortable breaths. And then eventually, maybe right about now, we slowly release it. Point the toes forward, arms go up. Very nice, beautiful. This is our last standing posture. We want to really make it feel good. And then, foot is landed, hand come to the chest. Very nice, everybody. Let's keep walking the left foot back. Runner's lunge again. Now, if you have sensitive knees, you can really put something soft under the knees. But we're dropping down and taking it from this low stance, like seated sequence, we can call it, or mat work. Here we are. If you feel comfortable now, we can come up to the blocks if you want to, if you feel like it's crushing your knees. Low lunge, low crescent lunge into the old traditional hatha style half moon. Lifting chest forward. We can do all of the same things like we did before. We can open up with the arms like really wide. Let them drop down. Go like this from up like this. And imagine yourself like widening the shoulders a little bit, let the head come up. Maybe now the hands can come together like in a warrior one. And we can start lift the head up. Go for a little gentle back bend. And when you don't want to go any further, let's stay there and take 5 breaths. Like inhale and exhaling. If there was anything that you had in your heart that you want to feel actually extra much today, strong, courage, love, freedom, or anything else, we just breathe in, breathe out, heart, strength. Last one. If the hands can come to the heart, we can push down the front. Release this foot. We can take blocks if you want to for support, so we can go into like a pigeon pose. A pigeon pose from the same leg forward, and really allow yourself to shake out that back leg and release it, and then come down to the hands, to the elbows, so we can really put some weight onto the muscles that want to stretch. But build it up a little bit if you want to in your pigeon. Drop the head down and let it sleep for a little bit. Nice. we slowly wake up from this pigeon, coming up a little bit, like slowly walking up to the hands again, stretching it out a little bit so we can tuck the back foot in, and then drop this foot back a little bit, letting the foot join the other foot and dropping to child's pose first, like really go far back with the hips and really hang out deep and then lower down. Like everything feel kind of heavy again. So that we can then move forward a little bit, letting the chest come up. Striking cobra, go really low. Move the legs a little bit back if you want to go for a little bit nicer cobra, and then lift up. And inhale. Stay in the cobra with the exhale. Push the shoulders down. Tuck the belly in a little bit. Lift up, inhale again. And then tuck it in. Downward facing dog. Shake out a little bit. Move the feet forward so we can stand up one last time. Just put the feet in between the hands and come all the way up. Beautiful last piece of sunset, and let's embrace the sun. Take it back to the heart and be on the left side with the foot. Moving back like this. Low lunge, switching sides. You could use any soft cushion that you need. If you want to go for the low crescent lunge, and when you're ready, in the beautiful last sunset, we rise up like this. Arms wide, make sure you're comfortable first. My left side is a little bit more wonky than the right side. If you're the same, go easy on it. And down, and go forward slowly. If we're comfortable here, we can start to lift up the chest and really work the hands more back together and lift up the head. And stay there and gently back bend. Find your spot where you feel good, but you're right there at the edge of your comfort zone, and you breathe another 5 breaths. 5 and 4. Beautiful sunset. Nice, very nice. Let's see if we can take 2. Last one, really long and strong, feeling good. And then sleeping pigeon, kind of coming down, looking down. You can use blocks if you want to. Walk the foot to the edge of the mat, drop down the knee, shake out the back leg a little bit if you need to, if it's too much pressure on it. And then work your way down slowly again. Again, if you want to go to the elbows, take a long, big, deep breath. Dip your head down and relax the face. Relax the neck that's been holding your head up high all day. Give it a little thank you and send it some love. And keep sending that love down through the body. The shoulders, doing a great job for you. All the way down to the hips. And keep breathing. Let's stay here for another minute. Really relax the face even more. nice. If we slowly wake up from this pigeon, same as before, just like coming up with one hand and the other, stretch them out a little bit. Eventually we can walk them back a little bit, release the back leg again and walk this leg back a little bit, shake it out. Find your way back to child's pose. Maybe tuck the knees in all the way together if you want to really go rabbit pose. You can go with the hands far back. And hang out for another few. If it's not very comfortable, we're gonna release it soon. Just a few more breaths, like tucked in like this. Hanging out. Finding the peace. And then when we come forward, the hands coming forward again. See if we can find our way to another striking cobra. If we want to go for it, like really make it feel deep, we don't have to like adjust the legs very much. We can just like stay in this position where we stretch out the arms. It's gonna be a little bit more backbendy that way. And then really go low. And the chest coming forward, and then just like push it up forward. No, it's just it's coming a little bit more forward, and we can really push it up. Like stay another 3 and 2 and 1. Very nice. And then coming back down. Tuck it in a little bit. Lift up. We can walk into a plank and then walk into a little bit more stable position where we can like go. I was gonna like we've been working on half bridges, and the full bridge variation prep is Urdhva Dhanurasana, like an upward facing bow. And we'll try it like hang around with the legs like this. See if we can open up like this. If we can grab them. If we can't grab them, we can just like open up and lift. It's gonna be a very intense pose, but we can fly like this, and eventually we can turn the hands to the feet, look down, and then push them into the calves. Nice, very nice. We're only gonna stay for another 3 breaths. 2, 1, nice, last one. And then go back down, very nice, release. Put the hands under the shoulders again, legs, shoulder width, hips width apart. And then lift up to a cobra again. Very nice. And then push it back to heart-melting pose, or puppy pose as we can call it. Very nice. Let's see if we can come up to this position where we can like find a little tabletop and then swing the legs forward again. Good job, everybody. You've been amazing. It's been a little bit of a like strenuous open poses, and so let's kind of close it up a little bit. So exactly where we're going. We can use blocks or bolsters or anything we like placing the legs in front of us again, shake them out. Start with a pointed toe a little bit, and then kind of like sit relaxed on both sit bones, and then from there we can start to flex the feet again and flex the quads as well. Sit up straight or relatively straight, and then like walk yourself a little bit forward with the hands. If it feels nice to hold around the blocks instead, that's a good way to kind of like keep that back relatively straight. Some people will even put the blocks in front of the foot, of course. But eventually we're going to work ourselves to the foot, holding the foot if you can. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, forward, 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 down. Take another long inhale to really feel the connection from base all the way out to the very, very top. And then forward fold and hang out a little bit. And once again, the face can relax. Stay in the hip area a little bit. And we rise from there, like right from the hip, and we can release the feet. We can open them up one at a time. We can have the blocks with us and put them under the knees if you want to. We just drop down the knees so we have a little bit like a almost like 90-degree angle with the feet, like maybe, I don't know, maybe 2 feet lengths from the hips, and then sit up from there like a big diamond. And then fold a little bit forward, a little bit more focus on the straight back now. And grab the feet if you can, and just look, open them up. And then put your elbows down if you can, if you want to. But if you don't want to, you can just like keep sitting like this, folding gently. Stay. And the breath is slightly softer now. The face is softer. And as we sit up this time, we just grab around. I'm grabbing my right foot first and the right knee and extending the other one. Cradling the baby like this. And then put it down on the other side. And then I want to turn towards this knee that I'm putting down, like grabbing it around. And let's see how much we can and how much we want to twist. This time, lifting the chest and then extending the other arm and then pushing the fingertips down and pushing them down to the floor. If you feel okay, if you want to twist slightly deeper on the hand that's grabbing around the knee, move the elbow to the outside and push that down. And then kind of like rotate back, hold it again, and kind of like send it to the other foot and say hi, and then we switch it. Sitting up, placing it down, grabbing with the other hand. And when I'm grabbing the left leg, I'm grabbing it with my right arm. And then pushing the other back. Start here. And then, after maybe 5 or 6 breaths, if you want to go a little bit deeper, we can move the elbow to the outside and then only focusing on sitting up straight, the chest in between both shoulders, pushing the shoulders slightly down, and breathing another 3, 2, and 1. And then grabbing it again, sending it to the front foot. We can have the bolster in ready under the knee, so we can roll back into this position where we were before. Noticing how it feels to roll down to the spine, lift the feet up. This time happy baby. We can grab around the outer edges of the foot and then separate the knees from each other a little bit. Head coming down to the mat, relaxing. And here we are. We release one leg and then the other. Shake them out in the air. Push the bolster under the knees and then relax onto it, or just like slide it to the side, or when the legs are landing on the floor, stretch them out, shake them out a little bit. Maybe put something on top of you instead if you want to feel a little bit of weight, and then lie down, shoulders and head and the arms in a Shavasana. And there we are, relaxing. So that was feeling of building up a little bit of energy, movement, flow, starting from the ground, then going for the center, and now for the whole. So the whole of the being and the experience of aliveness is of course also to embrace the sky and the air and that part of the body that is not so thick, that we can't really control as much, but we can allow for it when we put a good condition for it. We condition it with the breath and with the body, because it wants to go for balance. Now allow yourself to embrace that balance and allow the body to feel weightless and really soft and smooth, like you don't have to move a single muscle. There's no stress in the body, it's only flow and then air and light, good energy. All the good intentions that you might have kept with you from your heart center, let it fill up this space. And we stay still for a little bit longer. We stay in a feeling of nice, warm light. Calm, peaceful serenity. just as smooth. We just embrace a little feeling of walking like through the body with the little muscles first, like feeling them, waking up and moving them a little bit, allowing air to come in a little bit bigger. Long, nice inhale. Wiggle the fingers and toes and let the face wake up slowly. And then with that, we can kind of stretch out the arms and legs. Yawn a little bit and then stretch out arms, legs. Stretch out the shoulders and hips a little bit. And eventually kind of curl yourselves into a little ball. And lie there like this a little bit until you come all the way back up. Just where we started. But good. In a good position. And there it is. We lift the hands to the heart. It's always a good place to thank yourself, and then feeling a gratitude extend throughout the body. And place that in front of the heart. And let's close the practice like this. Very nice warm feeling. Inhale. And then exhale. You can rub the palms together again. Hope they feel very nice and warm now, and that the body has worked out well. Let's flow. Blow out another breath. And cup the hands over the face. And let the air and the light back in. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Namaste. I was thinking that it was going to be dark when we finished, but no, it's still full on sunlight. Sky is blue. Welcome to the forever sun. I hope you have good curtains. Or
one window I put aluminum foil on it. I can't.
Okay.
So I've got that one all darked out. But I tried a sleep mask, but I toss and turn.
Yeah.
And then it's like choking me and all over, so that doesn't work.
Oh yeah.
But no, 3 o'clock this morning, I'm like, why is the sun awake? Why is this happening?